Hello everybody and welcome to the review you've been waiting for. A lot of you have been asking me to check out the new reformulated Inspiration Radiance from P&S, their new coating maintenance wash, formerly in the Pro Series as Radiance Premium Wash and Wax. Now reformulated to do some deep cleaning on your paint while also leaving behind some polymers to reinforce that coated surface, gloss it up real good, and hopefully provide a lot of slickness for a safe wash process. Today we're checking it out. But first, let's go back to the lab and talk to Dave Phillips and get some inside information about the new reformulated Inspiration Radiance. Alrighty, we're in the lab with Mr. Dave Phillips. We've been checking out Radiance, the new soap from P&S today, or the new reformulated soap from P&S. Right. It used to be a wash and wax. We're going to ask Dave about it a little bit today. So Dave, there's been some concerns about the level of foam people are getting with Radiance. Is it a high foaming soap? Is it a low foaming soap? What's the goal of the Radiance soap?
So we've always considered it basically a moderate foam. We haven't really been going for a lot of foam. Usually things like, people we found out are using with foam cannons, they'll make anything foam.
Yep.
And what we're really going for with Radiance is the cleaning of the surface, because remember, we're trying to unclog those coatings. Yep. And so that takes some cleaning to get what I call, what you call clogging, I basically call stuff on the surface. We're trying to get that off the surface. And then we rejuvenate that with some gloss enhancing and enhancing the beading of the original coating. That's the idea. We're not actually adding a big protective layer or anything on there.
So this
we are really rejuvenating that coating.
Yeah, so this isn't a heavy, so if you did this on an uncoated car, you're not really putting down a layer of protection.
No.
Are you bumping up the gloss? Or it's made for coatings because it's going to reinforce the hydrophobics on that coating surface?
It's going to do the same thing to a regular paint as well, though. I mean, it's going to clean that surface.
Right.
Paint has its own, beading activity as well. It's just the coatings are more, right? So you're going to do the same thing to paint as you would to a coating, but the coating seems to be an issue that is raised a further issue because people really that have coatings really like to see that result.
Right. Yeah.
So people that don't have those coatings, may not really care that much.
Yeah. So the proper dilution for this product, what would you say is in a foam can? I know I think it says 6 ounces on the label for the bucket.
To a gallon.
To a gallon. So in the foam cannon, what dilution ratio are we looking at?
So with foam cannon, you're getting, further dilution. So you would start stronger, but you want to make sure it's thin enough because there is some viscosity to the product. So you don't want to be trying to draw something that's too thick into the product. So, 20 to 1.
20 to 1.
Something like that.
That sounds like a good place to start to me.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get back in the driveway and start testing out some Radiance. Now that we're done talking with Mr. Dave Phillips, we're back to test it out in the driveway. So we're going to be seeing if Radiance is first Foam Town approved, how well it cleans our coated Telluride, the slickness, all that good stuff. As you can see, we don't have the dirtiest Telluride in the world, but this is coating maintenance. So we got some little bit of bugs. We're not going to pre-spray anything. We're going straight in with Radiance, and then we'll test the initial water behavior, see what it's looking like, wash, and then check out the after water behavior. See if Radiance helped reinforce, add some gloss to that coating. Let's get to the dilutions. If we turn the bottle around, we can see directions are rinse vehicle to remove excess dirt. So we'll rinse first, test that initial water behavior. Optimum results, mix 6 ounces of Radiance coating maintenance wash per gallon of water. Now that is a pretty crazy amount of soap. You can see here I got about 8 ounces of soap we're going to put in this bucket. It's not filled up all the way. And that's a lot of soap. I'd like to see this more concentrated, but I'm sure this has something to do with the amount of polymers in the product to make sure you get that slickness and get that reinforcing polymer protection. So we'll see how it does. Sydney says she uses less, but we're gonna follow the directions today and try and be spot on. In the video, in the foam cannon, Dave said dilute 20 to 1. I'm gonna dilute 10 to 1 to give this a fair shot to make it into Foam Town USA approval. I've been told it certainly probably won't get there. P&S likes a more moderately low foaming soap, and usually traditional wash and waxes aren't the foamiest soaps in the world anyway. They focus on that slickness and adding that protection back to the surface. But we got it about 10 to 1 in the foam cannon. Give it a good shake. And now we're ready to rock and roll. Let's add the soap to our bucket. So you can see you get some nice suds in the bucket. Feels very nice, very grape-alicious. There you go, we're ready to rock and roll now, but we got to get some initial water behavior and see what we're working with. As you can recall, the last time this was washed was through the car wash, which was a fun adventure. So let's check it out. You can see pretty slow on the sides. Windows, front glass looking good, hood looks good. Pretty slow there as well. And as you know, we still have leftovers of all types of coatings on this vehicle. Back's looking pretty slow. Now we've got the foam cannon hooked up. Let's see what kind of foam we're looking at with Inspiration Radiance. So at 10 to 1, you're definitely looking at a moderate amount of foam. So if you want less foam, try that Dave dilution of 20 to 1. You can see it spreads out very nicely, starting to go to work. We'll see how long the dwell time is. Let's soak down the rest of the vehicle. So that is a nice blanket of nice wet foam. Really clingy, as you can see the coating's not repelling it super fast. So far so good. Yeah, the slickness is here to witness at that dilution we did with 6 ounces per gallon. It is certainly a super slick soap on a coated surface for sure. Actually thought the old formula had a more concentrated grape scent, but once you foam cannon, the grape has filled the air. It's smelling pretty good. All right, we've done the washing. You can see it's still dwelling even after all the agitation. There's a chunk of microfiber wash mitt. Get that out of there. Now let's do some rinsing, see where we're at. So you can see the water behavior start to change once we start rinsing. You can see how kind of flat it is over here. It does take a little bit of rinsing. So it kind of does a slow sheeting with those polymers. And once you rinse it enough, the hydrophobics slowly but surely increase. I don't see any bug remnants remaining after our contact wash, so did a great job taking off those bugs. They were light. So good job there. Glass coating's looking good. I'd say definitely a faster sheeting on the sides. We know, I think after we acid washed it with the Coach Kimmy soap, this was pretty much a dead area. So you can see Radiance did a great job on our side panels there. Yeah, I think that's pretty fantastic. All right, now we're gonna dry it off and check the level of gloss. We got the Rag Company 1500, not using a drying aid, so this is the recommended kind of non-drying aid style towel. from the Rag Company. Big old beefy boy. Definitely get the job done. Surface feels super slick, as a coated vehicle should. And there you go, folks. That is a wash with the brand new Inspiration Radiance. You can see that shine, see that gloss. Might not be the most cost-effective wash in the biz. You can see I barely use the original soap. Not a big fan of wash and wax type products, but definitely have to check it out. All y'all were telling me y'all wanted to see it in action. Is it Foam Town approved? Not quite, as it is a more moderate, low foaming style of foam. Had great cling, able to cling onto that coated surface for quite a while. Had good slickness at the crazy dilution of 6 ounces to a gallon. Now I am gonna play around with that and see how, 2 to 3 ounces work and that kind of deal. And if I have good luck with those findings, I will report back. I would like to see this more concentrated. 6 ounces per gallon is pretty crazy. Like I said, it probably has something to do with the effectiveness of the polymers in the soap, making sure you have enough polymers kind of per dunk of the mitt to transfer to the surface. It did work very well at restoring some hydrophobics, some gloss, some water behavior, that kind of deal. Even the drying towel felt real slick when we were drying the whole vehicle off. So I do think Inspiration Radiance came, saw, and was able to deliver the goods on what it says here on the front with enhancing paint appearance, rapid vehicle drying, luxury wash, pleasant fragrance, all that stuff. So if this is your style of soap, definitely check it out. Like I said, not my cup of tea, being the wash and wax variety of soap, and with the crazy dilution, be kind of hard maintaining all my vehicles, putting 8 to 10 ounces in the bucket every single time. So I'm gonna probably stick to the good old traditional plain Jane deep cleaning soaps. Add some clean maker at the end to add the polymer gloss enhancing protection. But if you want to do it in one go, clean wash your personal ceramic coated vehicles, Inspiration Radiance, definitely worth checking out. So go check it out, play around with that dilution like I said. Tell me in the comments what you would like to see from Inspiration Radiance. P&S will be reading and listening. So there you go. I'll drop the links below to the Rag Company mitts and drying towels and Inspiration Radiance. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll catch you on the next one.